All right, we are continuing our celebration of all things Hudson Valley cider with one of my favorite places and has been one of my favorite places for a very long time. I'm talking about Bad Seed. Devin, thanks so much for coming in, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so we have some really interesting stuff. Now, I want to talk about start off with the fact that this is an orchard that has been in the Hudson Valley, locally owned, kind of family-owned orchard for how many generations now? This has been forever.
Yeah, we're actually sixth generation farm. Albert's son is going to be the seventh generation. Doesn't quite know it yet, but he's destined to be a farmer.
One day he'll take it over.
One day it'll be all to him. So it'll just keep on going. Yeah, since we've been 1890.
Wow.
In the Hudson Valley. So
the whole cidery, all of the apples are coming from a place that knows a thing or two about Hudson Valley apples, right?
We like to think if we know how to grow apples, we'll know how to make hard cider. So
that's awesome. It's kind of interesting too, because not only that, you're doing some really interesting things with the cider, and you're releasing one in July that you intentionally limit for a very good reason. Tell us about that. That summer themed Bad Seed beverage.
Yeah, our IPC cider, our India Pale cider, we call it. Kind of a hoppy, like very hop forward. It's kind of that classic IPA style. So we purposely each year we've produced. We've increased the batch sizes every year, but all with the intent of like an IPA. We want it to be really fresh. We want it to hit the market. We want it to sell through really fast. So you want it to be like that super fresh. And the whole idea is put it out there, and we've purposely kind of created this demand for it where people will run, grab it, enjoy it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You don't want it to sit on the shelf and wait, like especially with a cider like that.
It's special, and it's an interesting thing. It gives people a reason to make sure they run out, and that's going to be their summer beverage, too. And I like that it's in a can, and that's something I wanted to bring up, too, is that you see a lot of ciders, and a lot of times you see them in big bottles. Sometimes you see them in six-packs, things like that. But you guys actually, you can your cider, which helps it be a kind of activity beverage. You can bring it to the beach, or you can bring it out when you're like hiking or doing whatever, and you can just very easily move it along. So you're the first one, I think, that I ever saw. And people might be copying you at this point, but
cans have become a huge thing for cider. For us, it was really when we first started the company. We started in big bottles, and even then, though, we really wanted to be able to put it in a can. It was just a matter of we knew we had to grow before we could get into that package. But we always had that kind of vision that, hey, we're making a cider that's every bit as good as like the wine-like ones out there. But I don't want to market it like a wine. I want to market it like a beer. I don't want these bottles to go home and be, just for like when company's over for dinner. We
sitting on the shelf.
We wanted it to be like that kind of cool, like, hey, I'll bring home a 4-pack and like have one after work. We want it to be like an everyday kind of beer, not like something that people were going to save for special occasions.
And it's interesting that you say that, too, because one of the things that you guys like to do at the tap room, which is absolutely beautiful, and I highly, highly encourage you, if you have an opportunity to go check out the Bad Seed tap room in Highland, make sure you do. But you've got an event that you've tailored specifically for being social and being able to drink some cider and just being casual about it. Tell us about the Sausage and Cider Festival. Brandy over there, her ears perked up.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of a great event. It's going to be the second year we're running it. It's July 3rd this year, so it kind of fits right in with that whole July 4th weekend. What's better than like barbecue and drinking on July 4th? So that Sunday we're going to be out there, and we'll have 15 different ciders. Kind of gives me a chance as a cider maker to play.
Yep.
It's my like fun event every year where I can kind of create 15 different wacky ciders, everything. Like this year we were kegging a coconut cider for it even.
Wow.
Like kind of crazy fun stuff that we can play around with, apricot cider.
Interesting. Wow.
So all different fun things and the whole idea is like we want people to have that kind of that beer hall atmosphere where they can come on out. We purposely are doing 2 sessions, and they're each limited to 100 tickets. With the whole idea is that we want, we're going to have 3 bars, and it's kind of my personal pet peeve. I hate when you go to a beer show and you can't get up to the counter. So the whole idea is limit the tickets so that way everyone at any point can walk up and try one of those 15 different ciders. And picnic tables and live music outside so people can hang around. And
Hudson Valley Sausage going to be there making. We're familiar with what they
Oh, yeah.
put together, and Brandy is a regular patron. And we always make sure, and it's going to be a great time. Make sure that you check it out. You can grab your tickets in advance. They're going fast, right? You're saying that off air that they're really flying. So,
can people get the tickets through the website?
Yeah, right through our website. There's a link, and through our Facebook page. It's on our events list. Both great ways to like grab them up. Since we've kind of started this thing off, it's with the whole idea of we really want to limit the tickets. So with only 100 per session, they go quickly, but we want people to like go ahead and grab them so that way they can come on out and make sure they have a good time. And our second session even is kind of perfectly tied in for the weekend, with it ends an hour before the town's fireworks start.
Perfect. So make sure that you grab at badseedhardcider.com. Go to the events section. I'll have a link at WRRV.com as well. Make sure that you can get your hands on tickets through there. Thanks so much for coming in. Make sure, like I said, I cannot recommend the tap room enough. I just love the vibe there, and all of the ciders are just unbelievable. So check out the real, this is as Hudson Valley a cider as you can possibly get. So make sure that you check it out. It is Hudson Valley Cider Week after all, so grab some. Thank you so much for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.